You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John.
Greetings, Earthlings and locally hated NASCAR race directors. We're back for episode 185. I'm Chuck. That's John, the world's youngest Gen Xer.
Yeah, come on.
This is Last Night's Coffee. Let's go.
Shout out Southside Steve, dude. You think Southside was at the race last night?
You know, it probably was. Brett Favre was there.
Really?
He was just randomly in the stands.
That's awesome. They kicked him out of Missouri or wherever he was, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Where did he embezzle all that money from?
I
think Mississippi, right?
But he was just randomly hanging out.
Do you know that story where he hey, dude?
No, this is all new.
Stole like millions of dollars off the top of some donations or something for like a stadium.
Yeah, that's good.
He scraped like million. Like it only cost him a couple million or something to build this high school stadium.
Yeah.
And there was like a total fund of like, I don't remember what the numbers were exactly, but there was several $1 million just gone. He had to, he got in some hot water about all that. Mr. Favre. I love Brett Favre. One of my favorite stories is Jerry Glanville back in the day, right? The coach for the Falcons.
Yeah.
When they drafted Brett Favre, of course, hopefully most of our hardcore Falcons fans know that Brett Favre was originally a Falcon.
Yep. I'm not hardcore, and I know it.
Yeah, there you go. So one of my favorite stories, man, Jerry Glanville used to bet fans in the stadiums wherever they would travel. He would say, hey, I bet you $100 this guy can throw a football outside of the stadium. He can throw it from the field all the way to the outside. And, of course, the fans were like, yeah, right, your backup quarterback out of nowhere. Like, when nobody even knows this guy? Yeah, sure. And so Jerry Glanville was just out there winning all these bets because Brett Favre had, like, the biggest cannon in the world, dude. He could shuck that ball, man.
Dude, I mean, one of the best quarterbacks that's ever lived.
Yeah, it's the ultimate Falcons thing to never even play him and trade him.
And Jerry was using him as a circus performer.
Yeah, he was their sideshow performer.
Do you think Jerry Glanville put some kind of voodoo curse on the Falcons?
I don't think he put a curse, man. I think he's like the definition of the organization.
Right. Like he maybe not a curse, but he set the precedent.
Yeah,
how the Falcons would be.
Yeah, he's the heartbeat still.
Yes, like he set the culture of the Falcons.
Yeah, and Jerry Glanville, dude.
Now, it's just that, you know.
Yeah.
Now and forevermore, the Falcons will be the Jerry Glanville show.
Do you think they'll ever win a Super Bowl? I mean,
yes.
as a not a huge Falcons fan, do you think they'll win one?
I do. I have hope.
Wow. Do you think it'll be in our lifetime?
No, it won't even be while the organization's in Atlanta. But that franchise will.
Dang.
Will it?
It's got to move cities?
Yeah, it's got to move cities.
Does it have to change names? Can it be named the Falcons still?
It's going to be the Mobile Bay Falcons.
Oh, Lord. Mobile Bay. No, get out of here. Montego Bay. I like that. Let's get a team in Jamaica, bro.
You know they're trying to get a team in England.
Yeah, and they're shooting for Mexico City too, I think.
In Mexico City. So they're either got to expand or move. And the Falcons suck, let's face it.
Yeah, I mean, I see the Falcons still they have a nice stadium and they still get decent attendance at their games. So
from all the other fans.
True, but it's still decent attendance either way, right? So what we're going to see the Jacksonville Jaguars probably move. I can see that happening. Who else? Maybe even if the Las Vegas Raiders can't, well, they got a brand new stadium too, so they'll probably stay put. Maybe even the Houston Texans, I can see them moving. Yeah, we'll see, dude. Maybe even that secondhand team in New York. What if the Jets move, dude? What if there was like a
No,
big skirmish like that?
no, the Jets are important to our national culture.
Well, tell me all about the race, man. You went to the race last night. Brett Favre was in attendance. Southside Steve was probably there. What else,
Uh,
man? Tell me what happened.
Dude, so, oh man, it was a wild weekend, but I didn't do anything.
Okay, nothing over the
That
weekend, but what happened at the race?
so Friday. Let's see the chart. You want me to talk about what Sunday's race?
Yeah,
Okay. So Sunday was the 400-mile race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
yeah. Come on.
Atlanta was reconfigured in 2021 to become more of a speedway track like Daytona,
Mm-hmm.
and the racing was very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
They tore up a bunch of cars,
Mm-hmm.
and they ended. They probably had one of the best races that I've ever seen up there.
Mm-hmm.
Was going on, and then it ended under caution.
You hate to see it.
But I'll tell you this, and I've realized that I've been around racing way too long. Maybe I've been a fan way too long, or I'm just
Mm-hmm.
getting old.
Mm-hmm.
But driver intros, I love driver intros.
Right, right.
Driver intros is one of my favorite times of day.
Okay.
Second to the race, like driver intro, because I get to feel the heartbeat of the crowd.
Right.
I remember I've been watching racing long enough to remember when Dale Earnhardt would get more boos than cheers,
That's wild.
and then it gradually moved over to all cheers.
Wow. Wow.
I have now been a racing fan long enough to see Kyle Busch go through that same transition,
I was
and
about to say.
it was beautiful. I was so happy for Kyle, man,
Yeah.
because
People are cheering for
I've
him
been
now.
pulling for Kyle for a few years now before it was popular,
Right.
and man, it was so cool. It was so cool to see that transition. Now everybody still hates Bubba Wallace, and I'm wondering if this modern race fan
Mm-hmm.
that likes Bubba is just
Mhm.
doing it to be ironic and like
Mm.
flip a bird at their dad.
Oh, because he's black? Like a black racer or whatever?
Yeah, because he's not liked.
Okay. Okay.
They,
Maybe.
I wonder if they ironically pull for Bubba.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I would pull for the Packers all the time. My dad did not like the Packers. I was a huge fan of the Packers and Brett Favre and Reggie White and all those guys, man. That was a huge team back when I was growing up.
I kind of like the Packers because it's the same colors as my high school.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Our
Griffin
uniforms look
Bears.
just like that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from, where people can just want to cheer the opposite direction just because, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's a guy sitting behind me. Everybody's booing. I'm laughing.
Right.
Everybody's booing Bubba, and there's one guy just clapping as loud as he can, trying to get as much attention from the people around him to let them know that he is a ironic Bubba fan.
Oh Lord.
And he's a guy. I don't trust a guy that don't wear a hat to the racetrack.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, he's green around the ears. That's what you know.
Yeah. Like,
You know what I mean?
if you're not wearing a hat to the racetrack, you're gonna get something. I mean, my hair's getting thin, so I gotta wear a hat everywhere just to keep from getting sunburned if I'm outside.
Yeah.
But
I
man,
think
I
if
don't-
you've never worn a hat to the racetrack, you've never been to the racetrack.
right?
That's what it amounts to.
Yeah.
So that Bubba Wallace fan was kind of like those UGA fans who could not find Sanford Stadium to save their life.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
know, like that Bubba Wallace fan, he's the same. He's like, Bubba Wallace till I die.
Yeah.
What's
And-
Bubba Wallace's middle name? I don't know. What number does he rate? I don't know.
I know it. I think I know his name.
I don't know the number on his car. Get off me.
Daryl's his first name.
Daryl. That's right. That's right.
Daryl Wallace Jr.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know his middle name. But man, there was many lead changes. I think they said there was 50 different lead changes,
Okay.
which is a new record for that track. They were racing hard. It was a lot of fun. Me, Mary Beth, and Dad and Paul went. Charlie was there, but he was in the infield.
Working.
No, by the time the race started, he was done working, and he was in the infield hanging out at the trailer. It was cooking filet mignon and shrimp.
Oh, dang.
So
That's a rough life.
I know.
That's
Friday
a rough
night or
life.
Saturday night, he went over and met. He had a gig to do with his the simulators, and he met Tony Stewart,
Whoa. The legend, man.
the legend. So he got to hang out with Tony some.
Wasn't it Tony Stewart that like went out on the track and threw that fuel can at somebody?
I'm sure he threw something, steering wheel, helmets,
Like
he
his
threw
helmet or
everything.
something.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a fuel can at first. I'm
For a long
remembering a fuel can.
time, they were throwing their little. They had these little strap-on booties that was like heat shields on their shoes,
Yeah, yeah.
and they'd get mad and throw those at people.
Why?
I don't know. That was the most like
was
lame thing to
accessible.
throw. I guess it was probably the cheapest part of their uniform.
They didn't want to mess up their helmet.
Right. But Tony had enough money. He could throw a helmet. What's the
Yeah.
$700 helmet, Tony?
Their crew chief will be sitting there. Don't throw your helmet. Don't throw your helmet.
I threw a steering wheel one time at the Tech Man.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
He threw me out for being 200 pounds light.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, wait. I wanted to ask you about the locally hated. Why are we locally hating the what did you call it?
NASCAR race directors,
Yeah, why are we locally hating the NASCAR race directors?
because they let that race into their caution. They're not being consistent in their calls.
Uh-huh.
They should have let it. The race happened back towards the back of the pack, and they threw the caution flag when the leaders were clear.
Okay.
Last week in the Daytona 500, there's a big old pileup. There's only 2 cars that made it through it, pretty much, and they did not throw the caution. You know, it looked like something out
Yeah.
of freaking Talladega Nights last week at Daytona.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Well, they need to be consistent on their calls. I mean, I think a lot of professional sports struggle with that because they're so active, right? Because there's so many races, because there's so many games in professional ball sports. It's hard for all of the officials to stay consistent.
Should play calling go to AI?
Well, you rule out a lot of bias, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you rule out all bias. I think you can introduce it in levels. You know what I mean? I think there still needs to be some sort of human aspect because a lot of the rules, especially in like professional football and stuff like that, are left up to interpretation. But like baseball, you know, they're starting with that robot strike zone and stuff like that in the minors. So, I mean, we're already seeing it implemented in ways. In what kind of ways can they implement it for racing?
I don't know. Maybe they can do things
like replay analyzing or something. Like, I mean, you don't get that many close finishes anymore, right?
Not like you used to, but I don't know. They're already using it to monitor the pit stops.
Really? Oh, that's right. You told me about that with how many guys are jumping over, making sure there's not too many guys, all that stuff. That's smart, man. That's effective. Now, I got a question. I did see a clip of what was it? Ross Chastain and Ryan Blaney. They weren't arguing, but they were like beating up on some guy after the race about his reckless driving. Now, what's this all about? What are we hearing about? What is this?
This Carson Hocevar made a lot of bad decisions on the racetrack and had a lot of people mad at him at the end of the race.
Now, you know, I am as casual a race fan as they come. I'm pretty sure Ross Chastain ain't got much room to talk about reckless driving.
Ross Chastain has no room to talk about reckless driving.
I mean, I'm about as casual as they come, and I can tell you. Yeah, I just found that kind of funny. I got on the tube of views this morning, and that was one of the first videos that pops up is them two talking
as
about
you know, race car drivers have never do anything wrong.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh man.
I
Well,
mean,
that
I've
sounds like
never.
the race was a good time, dude.
It was a good time. There's people watching.
I hate that it ended under caution, but at least you got
I
some
did
good
too.
racing in there.
Now, the summer race, they're coming back in the summer, and it'll be a Saturday night.
Ooh, under the
So it's
lights.
going under the lights. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, man. They're gonna be moving fast, huh?
Yeah,
That's gonna be nice, dude.
yeah. I'm kind of excited about it.
Are you going to that race for sure? You gonna be at that one?
Yeah, I'll be at that one.
Cool, cool.
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
man.
It's going to be. I've been wanting a Saturday night race at Atlanta for about 30 years. I think that's when they put the light system in.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, dude. What else did you do this weekend? Anything fun?
dude, I worked on the race car a lot.
Yeah.
I took a nap.
Oh, we like those.
Yeah, I took a nap, and that messed up like a large chunk of my weekend
Mm-hmm.
because I woke up with a headache, and then my back hurt the next day. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Getting old, brother.
If
Getting
I
old.
if I sit around on the couch, my back goes to hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sat around at the racetrack all day, and my back didn't hurt.
Yeah. But I guess
But
I'm with you there. And if I stand too long, it's the same. Like there's got to be well balanced. I got to
Yeah.
have some sort of balance. Like I probably need to stand more than sit, or walk. Really, I need to be moving.
if I'm at work and I'm working, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm great all week.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
weekends are rough right now, and I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. I don't know if I'll grow out of this phase and figure out what I'm doing wrong, or what. But I
Grow
work
out
on
of
the
it
race.
like chicken pox.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, like chicken pox.
You just grow out of it.
Dude, could you imagine having chicken pox as an adult? I heard it's miserable.
I've heard it's miserable as well. Yeah, the shingles, right? You get the
I
shingles.
think so. And I think if we could get chicken pox, then we could get shingles. I don't know how it works.
I don't either, man. You're asking the wrong people. We're just having things.
I made 2 trips to Clint Smith racing this weekend.
Oh man, how was that?
Expensive.
What all did you get for the race car?
I got some rocker panels, and so this front nose piece, if you look at a picture of the car where it says Mickey Scott's barbershop on there,
Mm-hmm.
that I did that in aluminum last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over there to but I knew other people were doing it different ways. I went over there and told Clint, I need a piece of aluminum big enough for my nose, for my filler panel. He goes, "You don't want to do it out of plastic?" I was like, "Do I want to do it out of plastic?" He goes, "Yeah, you want to do it out of plastic." I was like, "Okay, let's do it out of plastic."
Nice.
So we did it out of plastic.
Oh, right on.
He even cut it out for me, and he cut out the shape because it's got a shape in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to fit the width of it, and then I ran back over there and used his shear to cut it because it was quicker than fussing with it.
Right, at your house with the wrong tools.
Yeah, I really wish that he still lived. He used to live just like 4 miles from me. That would have been
Man.
really nice, but he don't live over there anymore.
Yeah. Well, at least he hooked you up there.
Yeah, he's like, just come back and shear it. I was like, okay. So Charlie got to meet the driver of Maximum Destruction, the monster truck.
Whoa, that's so
pretty
cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool, dude. Maximum Destruction. He's one of the big.
He's
big
one of the
time
big ones.
monster
When he
trucks.
was a kid, he used to go Maximum Destruction.
And Charlie got to meet the driver. Where was this?
At in the fan zone yesterday, the flagman of Sonoa come over there. He goes, "Where's Charlie at? I got somebody I wanted to meet." I was like, "Let me find him." So he was eating in in their little area that they had cordoned off, and we went over there, and he brought the Max D driver over to meet Charlie, which is, I think that's so cool.
That is really cool, man. That's really cool.
I sent him a message. I sent him a message yesterday. I was like, man, appreciate that. That was really cool, dude. He goes, no problem. Charlie's a good kid. So
yeah, that means a lot to those early racers,
Yeah.
right? To meet these legends in a similar sport, just in
Yeah.
motorsports.
Dude, I'll tell you what else has got to be cool. He didn't talk about it much,
Mm-hmm.
but he ran into someone wearing a COR hoodie in the infield.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
dude, someone he didn't know.
No, he knows him, but it was somebody that had bought a hoodie, and he
Yeah.
ran into him in the infield.
And they had it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that made him feel good, didn't it?
I bet, man.
I bet.
To see somebody out in the wild wearing your shirt at a race,
Yeah.
at a NASCAR race wearing your local driver shirt
Yeah,
is probably one of the biggest compliments you could pay somebody.
right. Were you wearing a COR shirt?
I was,
Nice.
but
nice.
nobody cared.
I'm wearing mine, dude. I hardly take this off, man. This is
I
like
know
my home hoodie. I
you're
love
gonna you're gonna have to get another one, a backup one.
it. I might, dude. I love it. I love it. I wear it all the time when I'm at home.
We're working on one now, a spring design. It probably won't be a hoodie. It'll probably be a t-shirt, but it'll
Okay.
be we're gonna kind of do some Miami Vice style colors on it,
Yeah, dude.
and maybe some palm trees and a sunset or something in the background.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
So we're working that out right now. That's gonna be
I'm
pretty cool.
totally down with that. I love the idea.
That'd be the summertime special. That pre-order should be coming out here in another few weeks as soon as we get it nailed down on what we like there.
Nice, man. Looking forward to that one, dude. Looking forward to that one. You ready to change gears and check
Let's
in on
change
our
gears.
good old fashioned Doge?
Let's get going. So Doge Tracker, we have saved
Yeah. What's our savings right now, Chuck?
$51.8 billion.
Woo woo. Thank you, Doge. Thank you for saving 51.8 billion tax dollars.
That's up to $345 per taxpayer.
Wow. Wow. That's
we
up from last week.
Yep, we still got 495 days to go.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Until they're cut off, right? Which is July 4th, 26, right? July 4th, 2026.
Yeah.
If I remember
That
correctly.
that is the 250th anniversary or birthday of our country. That is going to be the greatest year of our lifetime.
If Doge reaches $2 trillion worth of savings by then, can you imagine?
Dude, we'll have more money in our pocket.
So do you think Elon was out of line with those $5,000 stimulus checks?
No.
You don't
And
think
I'll
he was
tell
out of
you
line?
why. I'll tell you why. We're sitting here, we're finding out that so many politicians and politician family members on both sides, right and left, are getting these kickbacks. What have they done to deserve these kickbacks? What makes them so special that they're entitled to our tax money?
Yeah. That's a good question.
What is their specialness? Why, if we're all created equal,
Right.
and
They've
endowed,
already got their salary.
and they've already got their salary, they've already got what they signed up to take.
Yeah.
Then why should they? What makes them so special that they are entitled to take our tax money, and drive down, drive up our taxes and drive down, basically the morale of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a lot of Democrats that are crying and whining because, and there's some Republicans too, because they're gonna just cause all these problems.
Yeah.
And you know what? Burn it down.
I'm kind of with you. Like, I do get concerned about throwing the baby out with the bathwater, right? But at the same time, I almost wonder, like, do you have to burn it to the ground and rebuild? Like, is it almost to that point where you have to get nothing, have nothing there, and then restart everything? You know what I mean? Because it seems like the corruption is that deep.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me. It seems like the corruption is that deep to where you do have to just cancel some of these agencies like USAID and just, you know what I mean? Reenact the few decent programs they may have had going on and making sure that those funds actually get to their destinations.
Yep.
And maybe roll it under the State Department. You don't even have to, you know,
here's the thing.
Reestablish that agency.
Do this. If it's that important, put a bill towards Congress and do it the right way.
Sure. Absolutely.
Make it into law. Get everybody to vote on it. Get everybody to sign off on where that money's going.
Sure. I'm with you, man. That would be transparency, right?
Yeah.
That would be transparency. And at least that way, our elected officials in Congress would have a chance to vote per their constituents. Now, there's a lot of corrupt congressmen and congresswomen. Don't get me wrong.
97.2%.
But if we can have the ability to elect these people, we can also get the corruption out. Maybe we can stand a chance at this thing's working, right? At this whole experiment working.
Yeah.
Because that's what America is. It's a big old freaking experiment in self-governing.
Right.
And we're trying.
Right. And that's what makes it so bad that they're taking these kickbacks, is because it's in self-governance. Mm-hmm. We, the people, are supposed to be the ones that are in charge. Right. We don't have a ruling class, and we don't have an aristocracy.
Right.
We don't have that, let them eat cake kind of thing.
The politicians kind of have become that. Almost,
they have become
right,
that.
And they spend that money like it's theirs instead of ours.
Right. They spend it like they're not scared. They should be absolutely scared to death of the people.
Yes.
Like when you're doing a bad job at your work.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I don't want my boss to come in. See, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people feel like that. I know there's some that don't give a crap, but I'm not going to name any names. It's just that's how it ought to be. When they see when they are out and about in public, and they shouldn't have security.
No.
And they shouldn't be able to have hidden addresses and stuff like this. You are a public servant. You should have to go out by yourself and explain everything you've done to your people.
Okay.
And if they tar and feather you, that's so be it.
Wow. Mob mentality, dude. Mob mentality.
Not necessarily mob mentality, but they shouldn't. Why should they get security and I shouldn't? Why should they make decisions that make the country more unsafe while they're living in their house of stone?
Well, you got a point there. You do have a point there. I won't argue that.
Why should they get a Cadillac insurance program and vote on Obamacare and force that down people's throats?
Right, and exclude themselves from it, right?
Exclude themselves from it. Make rules that protect themselves. It's not right.
Correct. Yeah.
And, there's right and wrong. Mm-hmm. It's cut and dry. There is no gray area between right and wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So that kind of rolls us into our next topic here, man. All Elon right. sent out an email to a bunch of federal employees. You're talking about these politicians being held accountable to their to the people they represent.
Correct.
How about these federal employees being held accountable as well? Elon is trying to bring some of that into the equation. He sent out an email to federal employees requesting that they reply with 5 bullet points of things they accomplished last week.
Yeah.
And failure to do so within 48 hours would I don't remember how he worded
it. Would failure to reply would be taken as resignation.
There you go.
I believe that he might have outkicked his coverage on that one.
Yeah.
You know, this is like your mid-level super or management guy. Why did y'all do this? It's like your safety guy sending out an email. Make sure you be safe.
That annoying,
Yeah.
annoying safety guy.
You got an email from HR. What did you do this week to be safe?
Where's your vest? Where's your hard hat?
Yeah. Cash Patel told his employees at the FBI to not worry about that email.
Yeah, can I read Cash's quote real quick?
You can. Cash is going to come up a lot today, especially the reaction video.
Okay. All right, cool. So here is Cash's response. FBI personnel may have received an email from OPM requesting information. The FBI, through the Office of the Director, is in charge of all of our review processes and will conduct reviews in accordance with FBI procedures. When and if further information is required, we will coordinate with the responses. For now, please pause any responses.
Yeah.
Boom. So basically, if Cash feels like he needs to respond, he will.
Yeah, that's
simply how it boils down.
So I think mass emails like that are not good for the publicity of Doge.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely out there, man.
I don't think that's what we're asking him to do. We're asking him to go through and audit everything.
Right. And I will say Trump asked Elon to be a little harsher, whatever that means.
Be more aggressive.
He told him to be more aggressive. So I don't think this was the right route.
No.
I don't think that's the correct route to take with being more aggressive. And hopefully Elon learned that.
But
I think it's hilarious that you called the richest and probably one of the brightest minds on the planet mid-level management safety guy. He's that autistic guy who's like, let me see your sign-off sheet. Let me see.
Yeah, let me see. Did you get your where's your chain of Hawaii?
Yeah.
Not that I don't like Elon.
Sure.
I like what I've been in this game long enough to remember when the right hated Elon and the left loved him.
That's right.
Glenn Beck once referred to him as one of Obama's cronies, taking government money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I kind of liked Elon then.
Mm-hmm.
I thought some of the stuff he was doing was pretty smart.
Yeah.
That first Tesla, I liked the lines on it. I thought it was a cool car.
Mm-hmm.
Not big fan of electric cars or, electric golf carts. So, yeah.
Oh man, so that's the update on all of that, dude. How do you feel, man? What do you think? Do you think these federal employees should have to respond to this email to Elon? Do you think they should have to answer to this guy? Is he out of his boundaries here?
I think that email's a wag the dog situation.
Okay, I'm with you. Maybe scare a little.
Let's throw this out there. Let's throw this out there because this is what they think we're doing anyway, and we'll get them talking about this email this week, and we'll go do some other stuff
while we investigate the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be. That absolutely could be. You ready for a quick ad break, man?
Sure, let's hit it.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs in the metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the 10-day forecast for the Griffin area.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be 65 today and 60s and 70s for the rest of your week.
You should start doing broadcasting on your weather station, by the way.
That would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you should start broadcasting.
Just do it. Connect the X profile to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Uh, Old Pope Frankie ain't doing so hot, is he?
No, dude, Pope Francis. This springtime weather coming this week. He's out of the hospital now. He's been in the hospital since Valentine's Day, I think. And they've been a little, I don't know, muddy on the details of it, right? I think he had pneumonia or something like that. They haven't been real clear about it, but he's out now. He's resting, they say. I think we've got a new pope in store, dude. Francis is on his way out.
Will we be seeing black smoke soon?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think it's crazy that these guys stay in until death now, man. Like, it seems like death is the only way out for these guys.
Well, I don't like Catholic Church, but
Yeah.
any suffering that he could have for what he allows to happen does it. So here's the latest. Pope Francis is awake on the 10th day of hospitalization.
Yeah.
Early kidney failure kicks in. That's from the New York Post headline an hour ago.
There you go. Kidney failure has kicked in, man. So I think I've gotten to where I think the Roman Catholic Church is just Rome. It's just Rome.
Oh, you're on that kick that
for sure.
It's
dude.
just the Roman Empire in a different format.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And they've infiltrated everywhere. Yeah. Think about the only countries they probably haven't infiltrated is like
Laos.
Where?
Laos.
Like where?
Laos.
Yeah, maybe. I bet there's a Catholic church in the boonies out there somewhere. You know what I'm saying, dude? Just on some mountaintop out there in Laos. I don't know, but I can. I don't know. I just feel like they're everywhere now. You know, like I'm kind of on that kick, dude. And they have all the riches. They have all these treasures from all over the world. And they're their own little state, their own little government in there, man. Yeah, I'm on this kick, dude. Are you not? Do you not agree?
Yeah. And didn't Romans screw little boys too? So I mean,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, it all tracks.
They're staying consistent. Yeah.
They told us in freaking Boondock Saints 2 about this. About
really?
How they were there's a line in the Boondock Saints about how this was the most powerful organization in the world. And when they hired the two brothers to come work for them.
That's crazy, dude. I think they are, man. I really think they are. And the Pope thing really drives me crazy because, all right, back in the day, there used to be a Pope in like every major city.
Right.
Did you know that? Like every major place had a Pope. There wasn't one Pope.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, and eventually the Catholic Church was just like, oh, on this rock, we build our church. Peter was the first Pope from now on. And so there's only going to be one Pope. So they just did away with all these other popes and made them all into one.
So, like they talk
it's all
about
messed up, man.
They talk about there's two versions of Catholicism.
Okay.
There's the Roman Catholics, and then there's just your straight up Catholics like Mel Gibson. Like he don't
like Irish Catholics.
He don't play the whole popial. He's not a popial Catholic. That's a word. It's a word. You can look it up. I didn't make it up. I mean, what?
Papal. They changed it to an A.
People.
Yeah.
Are they from South Georgia? The people. Listen. Listen, we got to go down here and get the people out of jail.
Them people been in the hospital since Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
The papal service. All right. Yeah. So was on his way out, man. Pray for him. God bless him.
God bless the Pope.
Well, he may not get voted out if this asteroid it winds up making it to Earth, dude. Have you heard about this thing? Have you heard anything about this asteroid they discovered?
No.
All right, so
fill me in.
December
what asteroid number is it?
2024. They named it something 24. I can't remember.
YR4?
Yeah, YR24, I think.
Yeah, YR24. Okay.
Yeah. So they discovered it in December, I think December 27th last year of 2024. And what they found is that it has a potential projection of hitting the Earth, and it's pretty big. They're not exactly sure what size. The last I checked, they were guesstimating between 90 and 300 kilometers, I think, or something like that. Like
So
pretty
bigger-
freaking big, dude.
Bigger than a Volkswagen.
Or 90 to 300 meters. I'm sorry, not kilometers. 90 to 300 meters. And they're thinking it's going to be it could potentially be a city killer.
Also,
Now, it has been updated as of this morning that we have about a 2% chance of impact as of right now, and it will happen in 2032.
does that bother you?
So asteroids in general do bother me. I
Really?
think, yeah.
Why?
Well, because, dude, it's the idea of us on this little rock of a planet hurling through space, millions of miles an hour, right? And then we have these big old other balls of rock that are just going to come flying at us, right? And some of them are going to make it through. And it's obvious when you look at Mars, when you look at the moon, when you look at all these other places. I mean, plenty of places on Earth, there's these
Plenty of
huge
places.
craters,
Yeah.
and it's just, there's so much evidence of destruction. It does terrify me in a way. Like, and I think maybe with them, NASA sent that mission up, what was it, about 2 years ago when
where they moved that one with the nuke?
Yeah, they rammed it. They rammed the asteroid. And so I do have hope, but at the same time, it is a concern, man. I think it could absolutely wipe out civilization as we know it.
I am totally not bothered by an asteroid hitting Earth.
Well, my biggest concern is that if an asteroid does hit Earth and destroys everything, we don't have the Georgia Guidestones to rebuild by.
Well, here's that's true. Here's where I'm at with it. So if it's a planet killer,
City killer is
I
what
know,
they're estimating.
I'm giving you a breakdown.
Okay, yeah, hypothetical. Go ahead.
Hypothetical. Planet killer, I ain't worried about it. It's gonna kill the planet. We're all dead, and that ain't in the Bible, so I ain't too worried about that one.
Right.
City killer, I'm safe because I live in Griffin and nothing ever happens in Griffin.
Okay, so what if God used an asteroid to cause Noah's flood? And he could use an asteroid to cause the lake of fire.
Well, that's how it is.
You know what I mean?
But
like,
it don't
God uses
bother me.
people all the time to advance his kingdom, right? So, like,
Right.
why couldn't he use objects or other things?
I'm not saying he can't, but I ain't worried about it. I'm just gonna
But
keep
yeah,
on keeping on.
we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be worried, but like,
I
it
mean-
is a concern of mine, dude.
It's either it is or it ain't.
I know we shouldn't be, but I am. I do have concern.
Don't be worried about it.
I
You'll be
know.
all right.
I should.
You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it, John.
You ready for me to pull up this reaction video, brother?
Yeah, pull that thing up and we'll hit play together.
All right, I am pulling it up here. Oh, I'm trying to click the link. Here we go.
Never believed that the CIA killed Kennedy.
No. You're talking to a guy that's read the entire JFK file.
You've seen all the secret
Yeah.
stuff?
I've seen all of that, and I've seen the 7 pages of the 9/11 report. I've seen it all.
You don't say that to people that you can't tell what you saw. Should the Kennedy stuff be released?
Yes.
Is there anything there that is like, is anybody alive that...
The problem is, the things that we can't release have nothing to do with the questions you guys are asking. That's about as far as I can go on it. But like the answers you guys want, you pretty much have them. There's very minimal stuff that can't be seen for things that you wouldn't even think are related to that.
Why can't we release them?
And you're thinking temporally, like, did it stop back then? Right? You know, the way intelligence works is you're always developing it. Where did I get that? Where did that go? Oh, hey, I found that guy 5 years ago. Let's go talk to him. Where does that get us? You know, it's a little bit bigger of a jigsaw puzzle. I mean, it's the same. Look, so the 7 pages of the 9/11 report, yes, overnight, that needs to come out. I'm telling you, that's got to go. And there will be some people that are pissed off.
What does that mean?
Dude.
What does that mean? Is Bush Jr. just shaking in his boots right now? Is he doing every rail of coke he can find, just trying to put himself out of his misery?
I hope so.
I mean, rails, dude. He ain't doing no tiny lines. He is doing
No,
these thick rails.
He's doing paintings. He's painting like a madman right now. Speaking of painting, we tried to watch the movie Paint this weekend with Owen Wilson, and we turned it off.
Owen Wilson sucks, man.
Owen Wilson does not suck. You watch your mouth.
His movies are funny, but he sucks. Dude.
Owen Wilson by himself sucks.
He sucks.
Like, if he's the main character and there's no supporting cast like he's used to, he is not good.
Okay, I watched someone break down Owen Wilson's statistics in movies one time, and he's made like $30,000 per wow.
Wow.
He said that so many times in his movies.
Who is your favorite Wilson brother?
I do like, what was it, Luke Wilson that was in Old School?
Yeah.
I think he'll probably be my favorite. I like that Wilson brother.
I think
he doesn't have the funny nose.
He doesn't have the funny nose. So I think he's my favorite one too. He shows up in the right places.
Yeah, man. He's got these perfect little roles, you know.
Wasn't it him in Idiocracy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Good
You
call.
know what my favorite part about that movie is? The Crocs story.
That one's great, right?
Dude, the Crocs story is the best.
That one's great.
Because they're like, these are the shoes that people are going to wear in the future. No, they're not. They're just stupid and ugly. And nobody's going to wear these, but we'll take your free Crocs.
Yeah.
And now everybody wears them.
Everybody, man. All of my kids have them. Me and my wife do not wear them. I will say that.
Do you know the latest trend is to wear 2 different colors?
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I thought it was those little things to put in the holes.
Oh, yeah, you do that too, but you wear 2 different color Crocs.
Oh, okay.
You remember back in the day with Chuck Taylors when people did that?
Yeah, of course. I did it all the time. I had so many pairs of Chuck Taylors.
Yeah. Yeah, you just grab 2 and go.
Yeah.
You ready?
Are we going to circle back to this JFK and 9/11
Yeah. Sorry, I got lost with the Wilson brothers, and wow, it happens like that.
We don't have to talk about it because
No, I'd love to talk about it. Really, I would love to talk about it.
What do you think we're going to find out about 9/11 and JFK? Like, obviously, Cash brings up the JFK stuff is questions we're not even asking. So it's hard to even speculate on that because
no, we can't speculate.
It sounds so far outside the box to me.
Okay.
From listening to that clip, it sounds it's so far outside the box.
Questions we're not even asking.
Yeah.
Now think about this for a minute.
Okay.
Intelligence just builds. It never stops.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a infinity loop.
Okay.
You're always circling back and crossing over, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that said, could it be that the same apparatus that killed Kennedy is the same apparatus that put the hits out on Trump?
I mean, sure, but that doesn't necessarily, that wouldn't be a question outside of the box enough. Like that's kind of been speculated. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
Maybe
that
he's talking
doesn't.
about wars.
Maybe he's talking about wars. Maybe it could be. You know, it's been so much talk about the mob and the CIA and MK Ultra. That's been a big part of the conspiracy surrounding JFK. So, like,
Well,
I'm
MK
trying to
Ultra is
think
no
what
longer
is
a
so
conspiracy.
far outside the box. Like, would we hire Russians? I mean, that's been speculated too. Like that, you know, the CIA paid for what's his nuts to come to that Russia sympathizer to shoot him, Lee Harvey Oswald. Like, I don't know what is so what are the questions that we couldn't even think of asking? You know what I mean? However, he did not make that same statement when it comes to 9/11.
Right. He just
If
said
you
it's going to
notice
piss
that,
people off.
he said this is going to piss people off and it needs to come out overnight. What are we going to find out, Chucker?
We're going to find out that, unfortunately, that we probably paid for it.
You think we funded the Saudis who then paid the pilots? Is that are we going to trace the money trail back to us?
If they hasn't, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb because I'm not that big a conspiracy guy on Building 7.
Mm-hmm.
But why do they feel the need to, if it's true, blow up Building 7?
Dude, that's one of the most questionable things, right?
Right.
Surrounding
they got video of the guy trying to get people out of there because, like, the whole thing's going to blow in a minute. You know?
Yeah. That Building 7, finding the passport.
Yeah.
You know, there's red flags. Finding the passport is just as bad as finding the bullet in the gurney, right?
Yeah, right?
Finding the magic
That's
bullet
got the
in
same
the gurney.
vibe.
It's the same. You did not find the bullet. I'm sorry, dude. You didn't find the bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that same vibe. And man, if we find out that, so wait, do you think we purposefully funded it? Do you think we'll find out that we purposefully funded 9/11 so that we could then attack the, say Iraq and Afghanistan? Or did we indirectly, unknowingly fund it?
I don't know.
That's the scary part, right? If they purposefully funded it, that's the scary part.
It just makes me feel nasty if we did.
Dude, I was literally watching that video. I was getting shivers. I mean, you won't be able to tell in the reaction, but like, it was almost making me sick to my stomach, dude.
Like the first time I saw the drone.
Yeah. It was putting my stomach in knots watching Cash talk about those things, you know, and he looks so serious.
But see, that's another thing. Why are they entitled to do that to our people?
Right.
What makes them entitled to be the string pullers of the puppet masters to do this stuff when our Constitution says we are a country run by the people?
Right.
We're all stakeholders in this, and I, for one, had not been paying taxes too long at that time, but I, for one, didn't sign off on this.
Right. It's so sad.
It's
so sad to think about. If our corruption is that deep, Chucker,
there's no hope.
God help us. I think there's hope, man, but it's going to take a miracle. It's going to take a lot of miracles, honestly. And it's going to be a long road.
But there's a reason why the powers that be, the puppet masters in this country, I'm not going to say black or dark, what do they call it? The dark government, black government?
Oh, yeah.
The shadow government. I'm not going to call them shadow government anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think they're shadowing. I think they're just puppet masters pulling strings.
Yeah.
there's a reason why they don't want Trump's people in there.
For sure.
And there's a reason why they're all just making so much noise about things. I hope that when we get off the air today, that they're going to drop, that Cash is going to drop some big old nugget for us to talk about next week.
I hope, I anticipate that. I anticipate next week we're going to have a lot of FBI files to go through.
And if something drops on 9/11 that is a ground shaker like that, do we want to do just maybe a 30-minute emergency podcast on it?
Yeah, like a little half calf again.
Yeah, a little half calf on. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, my bones are shaking. I'm serious. I'm getting shivers.
We could do that at lunch, live from the truck.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. We would do that. Or if it's like, if the JFK files are as bombshell as we want them to be, again, I think there's going to be so much redaction in these files. I really don't think we're going to find out that much, even with Cash putting them out.
That he said that what we can't talk about is just very, very small.
Yeah.
That to me tells me he's going to let it all out, but he's not going to name a Bush in it.
Bingo. Because Bush Jr. is still around. He can't implicate Bush Sr., which...
Why do we protect the bad guy? That's right. Well, like I talked about earlier in the podcast, right and wrong.
I agree, Dan. I agree. We got to get him out of there. We got to... we need to know so that the next time we go to elect a president, we're not choosing that type of person, right?
Right. What's the biggest thing that you have to teach your kids not to do? Lie. Yeah. Don't lie to me. Because they grew up, they not grew up, but that it's automatically in you to lie. Yeah. You want to cover up whatever's happening. I didn't do that. I mean, it goes back to Adam and Eve and their little fig leaves. That's right. You know, who told you he was naked? Yeah, hiding in their shame. Which is odd that was part of it. Well, they knew a life without. They knew a life where naked wasn't in their vocabulary, bro. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's weird. For us dudes, that would be awesome. And they wasn't cold. No. You got a meme for me, man? I do. It's actually Mary Beth generated this meme. Heyo, shout out MB. All right, pulling it up. When you and the crew show up looking like you're about to drop the hottest dirt track mixtape of the year, and it's Charlie and his boys. That's great, dude. That is great. I love it. Charlie's got an awesome job, man. He is living the dream right now as a 16-year-old kid with his type of interests and his desires, man. He really does have the life. Yeah, he's having a good time. You guys have done a great job as parents, making sure this is all set up for him and setting him up for success and being able to have these types of experiences. So good on you, man. We were talking to one of the other, is actually Chip's wife, and they were talking about, somebody asked her, how much does it cost to get your kid into racing? And I said, my answer was everything. Yeah. Because no matter what it costs, you're going to spend it. Right. To do what you need to do. Right. If your kid's serious about it. It will cost you everything. Yeah. Everything. Your time, your money, your energy. Yeah. I would like to go fishing. When you're watching the race, your nerves are getting racked, all of it. I'm hoping, I don't want to say too much, but I'm hoping a young driver out of this group will be in a NASCAR race within the next few years. I'm not going to release a name. Big news. Stay tuned, people. Stay tuned. But we're going to leave it right there. That cliffhanger. I'll tell you this, it's not Charlie. Right. That's cool, man. I talked to one yesterday, and I was like, when are we going to see you in a truck? And he said, I was like, all right, maybe sooner rather than later. I like it. Where are we at in the show, dude? We got to hit our shout outs. Who are we going to shout out this week? The Eating Chambers channel on YouTube. Make sure you check out Chef Drew. Still working on that collaboration for some lamb chops.
Who else? Da Vinci's Pizza in McDonough. You guys make
Get
sure
you
you get out
some.
there.
Look,
They
go
got
over
more than
there.
just pizza.
Meatballs and Love is an appetizer they have,
Ooh,
and it is delicious.
man.
And if
Food
you're
made
into
with
cold
love.
beer, they have a wall of cold beer that you can choose from.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lots of
Who else we
local-
got to shout out?
Let's shout out Sundays at Devotee,
Yep.
a podcast, which I missed church yesterday, so I will be listening to the podcast this evening.
Man, you missed church and work yesterday?
Yeah, dude.
Jeez.
Let's
Grayson
see what
just
else.
takes you over, doesn't it?
Yeah. What else?
The lemonade stand.
The lemonade. Oh yeah, Parker Lane's lemonade.
Yeah.
Pretty potties.
Oh, yeah. Pretty potties.
Man, I need to make a list of Charlie sponsors. And
You
just put
do,
it
so
right
you
here
can
on
just-
the wall. We're working on. Are you working on your neighbor for me?
I'm working on Pink's Barbecue. He may be saving up for a larger spot next season. We'll see. We'll see.
You know, we can get him on with some smaller spots.
I know.
We
I
just
know.
got
I
the
want him.
general, but we can get a.
I want him in that smaller spot.
We got some wiggle room that might not be out there for general public. You know,
I got you. I'll throw it out there to him. Look, Chugger, it's been a good show, man. That's episode 185, dude. We have been doing this forever.
Dude, 200. Is it going to be the last one?
I'm thinking 200 is going to be it, dude. I'm thinking 200 is going to be it. We'll
so
see.
we got 15 to go.
We got 15 to go. You guys stay tuned. All 4 of you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you listening. Thank you for tuning in. We love you, night shifters.
See you.
You got to do your sign off.
Oh, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to.
Bingo.